There are plenty of videos out there telling you all of the benefits of getting your real estate license. But unfortunately, most of those videos are coming from test prep companies, real estate coaches, and team leads or brokerages trying to recruit real estate agents. So there's vested interest in possibly sugarcoating the real estate profession. So today, I want to share the complete opposite. I want to share with you why you probably shouldn't get your real estate license. Now, this is coming from a practitioner, full disclosure. I'm a real estate team lead, and I also work with hundreds of real estate agents directly. Now make sure to stay to the end because I'm going to share with you the biggest reason that you should probably avoid the industry altogether. Now for this meeting, welcome to Agent Startup Academy, where we train the next generation of top producing agents. All right, so let's jump right into it. One of the reasons that you probably shouldn't get your license is if you are not willing to invest at least 20 hours a week in your real estate profession. Listen, there's nothing passive about building your real estate business. I know it sounds very glamorous and it looks very glamorous from an HGTV perspective. And also, let's face it, if you've already closed on your first home or your second home, you probably saw that huge commission that went to the agent that helped you. But here's the thing, there was plenty of work that happened before that huge commission got cut to your real estate agent. Even if you thought that real estate agent that helped you to buy your home actually sucked. They had to get their license. They had to figure out this prospecting and marketing for new real estate clients altogether. They had to work the business. They had to keep the deal together. And they had a lot of other expenses along the way to get to that point. Now, why am I saying this? Well, if you cannot commit at least 20 hours to work your real estate business, learn how it's actually done, prospect, and get to the closing table, you are at a huge disadvantage. There are plenty of other agents out there that are doing this 40 hours, 50 hours, 80 hours, 100 hours a week, and you're competing against them. There are going to be times that you just have to be available, and you may be working on your 9 to 5 or another type of job that is keeping you from actually being there for your buyers or your sellers. So if you're not willing or able to invest at least 20 hours per week to build your real estate business minimum, you probably shouldn't get your real estate license. Now, another reason that you might not want to get your real estate license right now is that you need steady income. If you're currently living paycheck to paycheck, no disrespect, but leaving your job and pursuing a real estate career in pursuit of something bigger, no knock on that, but that's probably not the safest thing to do right now. Continue working your job and invest every spare hour into your real estate profession. Do not quit your job in pursuit of steady income here in this real estate industry because that doesn't exist. The closest that you'll probably be able to get to something like that is working within an office setting, a real estate office that is getting calls from buyers and sellers daily. There you are going to have more of that predictable income and steady hours, but here again, you're trading that upside. You're not going to be a real estate agent, but you're at least going to be in the thick of things. Which brings us to point number 3, and that's seeking freedom from your schedule. If you're thinking that getting your real estate license is going to give you the freedom to do anything you want, whenever you want, you are quite mistaken. In fact, it's going to be quite opposite. Because chances are the reason that you're getting into real estate is because of that incredible upside. And the agents that are making that type of money that you want to be making, they are some of the most regimented type of individuals. They stick to their schedule. They stick to their prospecting hours. They stick to their role plays every single day. They are not wavering. These top producing agents are not the type of agents that are just going to wing it. They're not the type of agents or people that are going to stop working when they don't feel like it. Now, the fourth reason that you probably shouldn't get your real estate license if you are the type of individual that's not self-motivated. As a real estate agent, for all intents and purposes, you don't have a boss. You don't have a quota, and you don't have somebody telling you that you have to do something. Now, sure, you may have a team lead and a broker that's going to show you how to do things, but they don't give a flip if you make that call or don't make that call, because at the end of the day, they have other agents that will. And that sounds absolutely disgusting, but that's the reality. Listen, those team leads and brokers, they know that in real estate, there's 85% of agents that are not going to make it within the first several years. So look at it from their standpoint. They have to focus on the 15% that actually will. That 15% is the one that keeps the lights on. That 15% is the individuals that are going to actually build a type of income and wealth and freedom that the team lead and broker are seeking. So if you need somebody that fires you up every single day and walks you through every single step, every single transaction, every single day, and beyond that, actually wants it more than you, real estate might not be your thing. Now, here's the thing. If you have any of these qualities or the qualities that I'm sharing here in the next couple of points, I'm not saying don't get into this industry altogether. We all have our flaws. There are days that I don't want to prospect. There are days that I don't want to be in this business, period. I get that. So what I am saying is have self-awareness that all of these items that we're talking about, those are going to come up. So if you can overcome those deficiencies a lot more often than when you can't, you are going to be in a good spot. So again, I'm not saying don't get into this industry altogether. You're a bad person. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm trying to give you the real life things that are going to come up. And I see a lot of these qualities from the individuals that ultimately don't make it. But let's continue. Another reason that you probably shouldn't get your real estate license, at least right now, is if you don't have enough money saved up to get into this industry. There's going to be startup costs, and that's going to be north of $2,000 just to get started. Then you're also going to have marketing expenses just to try to get some business, which means that before you ever make a dime, you could find yourself several $1,000s in the hole with no way out. So if you have just enough money to pay for that real estate exam, pause right now and save up some more, because what's happening next is you have to pay the association fees. You have to pay for the MLS. You have to pay to join a brokerage. You have to pay for leads oftentimes. So if we don't have any money right now, that might be a little bit of an opportunity to pause and save some more. Budget out at least 6 months before you get into the industry. Now, the next reason that you probably shouldn't get your real estate license is if you don't care about people. Now, this one sounds a little bit off, but hear me out. Listen, a large part of being a real estate agent is you being in the people business. You have to be there for your clients and care about your clients, because you're talking about one of the largest, if not the largest, assets that they will ever own. So if you don't care to have empathy with people, if you don't care to listen to people, if you don't care to be there for people, being in the real estate industry is going to be challenging. There's already way too many agents that I call the let's just close agents. These are the types of agents that will do just about anything to just close a transaction. You would be shocked at the types of conversations that happen every single day between buyers agents and sellers agents, where some agents simply don't advocate for their clients. They just accept whatever the price is or will do whatever the other party says because they cannot stomach possibly not closing that transaction. Sometimes the best deal for your clients is going to be no deal at all. And unfortunately, way too many agents just get stuck with commission breath. They're going to push for the close on a transaction regardless of the consequences. Now, another reason not to get your real estate license sounds like an obvious one, but you would be surprised. And that's if you don't have interest in real estate. Now, here's the thing. I'm not the type of person that's going to subscribe to do what you love and you'll never have to work another day in your life. No, F that. That just doesn't work, at least in my opinion. What I am saying is you at least have to have interest in what you're doing. You don't have to love being a real estate agent, but you do, in my opinion, need to have some sort of interest in real estate, because that's going to allow you to do your job better. That's going to allow you to pursue additional information, educate yourself, and continue to hone in on your craft. And the better that you get at your craft, ironically, the better you're going to do. Now, with real estate, you're talking about multiple things. You're talking about knowing about homes themselves. So understanding layouts, understanding design, understanding what could go wrong with a property. So there we're talking about liability. We're talking about contracts. There's so many different things that happen in real estate that if you hate doing real estate, you're going to hate getting into a transaction, and then ultimately you're going to go and hate the individuals that call you. Now, another reason that you probably shouldn't get your real estate license is if you don't like sales. At the end of the day, being a real estate agent is you being in sales. Somebody has to say yes at some point in time in order for you to get some money. But unfortunately, regardless of how good you are at your profession, regardless of how good you are at advertising or marketing yourself, you're gonna get a lot more no's than yes. You'll need to get comfortable with that. You'll need to get comfortable with having tough conversations with reasonable buyers, reasonable sellers, unreasonable sellers, everybody in between. And this is for you introverts out there, my kind of people. You can succeed in sales. That is happening every single day. I'm a testament to that. Now, the one thing that I have to tell you, introverts, again, I'm speaking to you introverts, you extroverts, you have no problem with this. ask for the business. In this business, closed mouths do not get fed. Do not assume that your high school buddies are going to use you. Do not assume that your college friends are going to use you, or your past coworkers. Heck, your own family. My own brother bought with somebody else. Don't make that assumption. Ask for that business. Closed mouths don't get fed. Now let me back up now and include everybody, both introverts and extroverts. Be undeniable. Be so good at what you do that somebody else, again, with my own family, I'm raising my hand up here. Be so good that individuals that choose not to use you are doing so at their own peril. They are being financially irresponsible with the decision of not using you. Now, the biggest reason that you probably shouldn't get your real estate license is because this is a business. And if you don't want to run a business, you have no reason to be a real estate agent. You have to figure out how to run an effective business. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, you need to have profit in order to stay in this business. If you continue to run your business at a loss every single year, you don't have a business. In fact, you're going to go out of business pretty quickly. So if you don't want to be a business owner and figure out how sales work, how taxes work, how marketing works, how to do social media, how to grow your real estate business, this is probably not the right place for you. Now, if that hasn't scared you off and you want to see how much you can actually make in this business, at least a realistic snapshot, check out this video right here.